Right, Shalom. I'm gonna get into two videos, right? Let me open up with the scripture. This is the book of Daniel 12 and 1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince, which shall stand for the children of thy people, and there should be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to at that same time. And at that time thy people shall be delivered. Everyone that shall be found written in the book, which is going back into the elect. It's a time of trouble that's coming down the pipe that you're not going to be able to comprehend, right? So we got um, Israel has stricken, put a strike on Iran. I'm gonna get into that video. And the BRICS actually came out, if I'm not mistaken, it came out with the pay system. So they actually went into the new currency, how it's gonna look like. So we'll get into two videos going into this information. So let's go here. Let's go to Revelation 11 and 14. It says the second war is past, going back into World War II. It says, and behold, the third woe coming quickly, World War III. It's in the scriptures. See, you thought the Bible was an ancient book, right? This book deals with the past, present, and in the future, right? Let's go here. Jeremiah 51 and 9. It says, we would have healed Babylon, right? So you got something in, it's not going to say America, Jake, right? The Bible is written in code, right? So it's known as daughter of Babylon, Babylon the Great, right? America. It says, but she is not healed. So this place is not going to be fixed. I think they shut down 40,000 stores are going to be shutting down, right? It says, forsake her and let us go everyone to his country, for her judgment reacheth unto heaven and lifted up even to the skies. So the judgment, this place has to be judged. It's too wicked. You got people doing whatever they want to do, right? As long as the so-called white man say they can do it by his so-called laws. So let's go and get into these two videos in 1 second.
Military spokesman Daniel Hagari has just spoken in the last few minutes. Let's listen to what he had to say.
In response to months of continuous attacks from the regime in Iran against the state of Israel, right now, the Israel Defense Forces is conducting precise strikes on military targets in Iran. The regime in Iran and its proxies in the region have been relentlessly attacking Israel since October 7th on 7 fronts, including direct attacks from Iranian soil. Like every other sovereign country in the world, the state of Israel has the right and the duty to respond. Our defensive and offensive capabilities are fully mobilized. We will do whatever necessary to defend the state of Israel and the people of Israel.
Well, that was from the Israeli military spokesman, Daniel Hagari. But let's go back to Rasul Sardar, our correspondent who's live for us in Tehran. Rasul, can you talk us through whether there's been any updates since we just last spoke? Obviously, this is a moving story, a very significant one, especially now that Israel has confirmed that it is carrying out those strikes on Iran.
Well, there you go. So, World War III is going to happen while Jake is running around here worried about this election, right? And that's another thing that's coming up. This election is going to be crucial too. That's going to be a lot. That's going to create a lot of chaos as well. This so-called election, but they already know who they're going to pick, right? It's a selection. And let me say this as well, right? Since we're on this subject dealing with the so-called election, all right, Jake. See, you don't get it. So if it was all about doing the right thing, right? They got something called a popular vote. That's the vote that comes from the citizens. And you got something called electoral college. So if if it was about, how many people had the most votes, so called, they would just go with the popular vote. It wouldn't be anything such as the Salakia, Victoria College, right? Salakia, Electoral College. So let's get into this other video. And the Most High is cold. He's making all this come to pass, right? So Russia and Iran is allies, right? And they're gonna be forced into this World War III. And Israel is Israel owned America. These so-called Jewish people, which are Amalekites, Edom, right? They own America. They control everything. So Israel and America is allies, Babylon, right? So this is gonna force the hand of everybody to get this World War III started off, right? Check this out.
BRICS Pay, touted as an alternative to the US dollar, has the potential to revolutionize global finance by allowing BRICS nations to make cross-border payments more efficiently using their own currency.
I want you to listen up to this, you know what I'm saying? So they're going to be getting around the dollar system, right? So as we know, things about to radically change once they implement this, right? Then they're going to push for this digital system, right? So the BRICS currency is the rival, the dollar system, right? That's how Babylon got so much power, right? Because they was able to, it was all prophecy, but they was able to use the dollar to, in the military is to enforce the dollar, right? So if you don't want to take the dollar, they will send the military in there, create a lie, and do something called economic hitman, would send him in or send them in, right? And if you don't bow down to the dollar, they'll send in the military, and they'll use the media to lie, make up lies, and create stories and narratives to sway the people, right?
But what exactly is BRICS Pay, and why is it so significant? Well, BRICS Pay is a proposed decentralized payment system developed by BRICS nations: Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, recently expanded to include Egypt, Ethiopia, Iran, and the UAE. It aims to enable cross-border transactions in local currencies without depending on the US dollar or traditional Western-led payment system like the SWIFT. Geopolitical tensions, particularly Western sanctions on countries like Russia, have accelerated the push for a new payment system. After the invasion of Ukraine in 2022, Russia was cut off from international capital markets and had its dollar and euro reserves frozen. This financial isolation led Russia to call for an alternative to the current global financial system, dominated by institutions like the IMF and the World Bank, which they argue favor Western interests. The BRICS Pay system leverages the payment infrastructure already in place within BRICS nations. For example, Russia's MEAD network and India's UPI. BRICS Pay will use blockchain technology to validate transactions, ensuring security and transparency. It is designed to be faster, cheaper, and free from external interference. One of the key features of BRICS Pay is its ability to facilitate transactions in local currencies, including the Russian ruble and Indian rupee. This means that businesses and individuals in BRICS nations can make cross-border payments without needing to convert their currencies into US dollars. The new system brings numerous benefits. It eliminates the risks associated with the traditional banking system, such as credit risks and delays caused by reliance on Western-dominated platforms like the SWIFT. By using decentralized ledger technology, it also enhances the security and efficiency of transactions. BRICS now represents 45% of the global population and 37% of the world economy. With the expansion of BRICS and the development of BRICS Pay, these nations are pushing for a multipolar world order, challenging the dominance of the dollar in global trade. Often seen as a geopolitical rival to the G7 bloc of advanced economies, BRICS aims to create a financial system that works for emerging markets, offering alternatives to Western-led institutions like the IMF and the World Bank. As the world increasingly moves towards digitization, systems like BRICS Pay could become more critical in shaping the future of global payments and boost the efforts of de-dollarization. By fostering financial cooperation between member states and reducing dependency on the US dollar, BRICS Pay could pave the way for a more decentralized and equitable financial system. For more news and updates, keep watching Live Mint.
All right. But there you go. You know what I'm saying? Once they get this all launched off, basically, this is a declaration of war. You know what I'm saying? And this, that one day, the one thing about, every empire has a rise and a fall. And America is no different. I was reading about this, about the Roman Empire and the people. I did a lesson about this maybe about a year or so ago, that the people in the Roman Empire thought it would never collapse, right? And you Americans have that same mentality. You don't understand the rise and fall of kingdoms, right? But buckle up, because it's about to get wild. All right, hopefully this was edifying. Call Allah Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahushua, Bahashim, Rachak Wadash. Shalom.